Now, regular viewers of this channel may very well know that one of my favourite things to talk about here are the letters from TV licensing, the ones they send you out to scare you into paying for something you might not need. I love doing these letters and breaking them down and letting you know how not scary they are. Because loads of people get these letters and they stumble across these videos, and I put your mind at ease about how not scary they are. So to that end, I've got a new one for you today with this big, bold headline on it. Urgent! Watching TV illegally at this property could lead to severe penalties. Oh no, that sounds terrifying. We should probably buy a licence immediately. Well, let's talk about it first and then we'll see if we need to or not, eh? The TV Licence Enforcement Division has now been scheduled to visit this property. We have to take this action because your address has been unlicensed since August 21. We have also sent at least 5 reminders to this address since then, but our database shows you have not responded. Well, they're not sugarcoating it in this one, are they? They've gone straight in with the scary. From that headline with urgent in red letters through to we have scheduled a visit to your property. We've had to take action. The words unlicensed. We've sent 5 reminders to you. So maybe we should probably break this down. Hey, so watching TV illegally at this property could lead to severe penalties. We'll come back to that part, but you can watch TV in your property, don't worry, we'll talk about it. So the TV Licence Enforcement Division has been scheduled to visit this property. Now, whether you have just knocked them, cancelled your direct debit, or you couldn't afford to pay it, or you've even told them that you don't require a TV licence, you may still get a visit to your property. And it's important to know that they're not bailiffs, they're not police, they don't have any more powers than you or me. They just don't. They are door-to-door salesmen. And if you get one, don't be scared to open your own front door. You've got a Ring doorbell, you can shout through your door if you want. But you should never be scared to open your own front door in your own property, right? So you open the door, you say, who are you? And they say, I'm from TV Licensing. All you got to do is go, no thanks, and you shut the door. Perfectly within your rights to do so. Remember, they're not bailiffs, they're not police, they don't have any powers. They are door-to-door salesmen trying to sell you something you may not want. And the best way to deal with that is say, no thanks, and close the door. If you don't believe me, this is a thing. There's playlists on my channel, hit my name, whatever, you'll find it, of the goons. And loads of people closing doors in their faces and they just toddle off to go and find some easier prey that we all hope they don't find. So don't ever talk to one. If you get a knock on the door from one, don't ever talk to one. They might ask you to sign something. Don't sign anything. Just close the door. Be polite, but just close the door. Do not talk to them. They're salesmen. You don't want to buy anything. And we need to stop them knocking on people's doors. And the best way to do that is to get everybody to ignore them. That's what happens to bullies, isn't it? You ignore them, they go away. Right, what else does it say here? Your address has been unlicensed since August. We've sent at least 5 reminders to this address. 5 reminders, 5 letters trying to scare you into paying for something you do not need. How that doesn't class as harassment, I have got no idea at all. If Netflix kept sending you letters saying, buy our thing, buy our thing, buy our thing, or we'll send someone round, buy our thing, you'd get them done for harassment, right? But it's okay when it's TV licensing. Now, you don't have to respond to their letters. You don't have to engage with them in any way. You don't have to tell them you don't require a TV licence. You can cancel your direct debit if you pay by that way. You can just stop paying. You can just ignore them completely, as is your right. Why they think it's okay to keep sending you letters? I have no idea. But just keep ignoring them. Keep ignoring them. You don't have to respond to them. You don't. You just don't. The costs of breaking the law. The law states you need a TV licence to watch or record programmes as they're being shown on TV or live on any online TV service, or to download or watch stuff on iPlayer. Yeah, all of that is fair due. So that brings me back to the headline where it says watching TV illegally at this property could lead to severe penalties. So without a TV licence, you can't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast. So you can't do that on Sky or Freeview or even streaming things as they're being broadcast if it's from a TV channel. You can't do that, or use BBC iPlayer. But everything else you can do without a telly licence. So Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney+, all the main catch-up services. You can watch ITV Hub, All 4, Demand 5, Now TV. You can watch probably 90% of the stuff you'd watch anyway without a telly licence. But they put watching TV illegally at this property there because they don't want you to know that. That's why it's not written there. That's why it's not written there. They should say, there should be a line there saying, if you don't do this, you don't need a TV licence. You can ignore this letter. But there's not, is there? Because they're trying to sell you something, and it's wrong. They're not giving you both sides of the story. They're trying to make out like watching TV without a licence is illegal, and it just isn't. It just isn't. You just can't watch anything that's being broadcast or use iPlayer. It's that simple. Everything else, good to go. It's wrong, isn't it, that they don't put that? Isn't that wrong? If an officer finds that you are watching, recording or downloading programs illegally, you will be interviewed under caution in accordance with national criminal law, and you may risk a fine of up to £1,000 and or any compensation you may be ordered to pay, overdue licence fee and your next licence fee. Wow, I'm going to go buy my licence now. No, I'm not. So the only way they can know if you are doing something you shouldn't, and without a licence you shouldn't be doing something you shouldn't. But the only way they could ever know that is you telling them. TV licence detector vans are a myth. A myth. There's never been one prosecution where evidence from a detector van has been used. That'll tell you anything. They're to scare you. The same as the people knocking on your door are there to scare you. That's all the TV detector vans were. And a TV detector van is pointless anyway because I can have a telly in my house and use it to watch 90% of the stuff without needing a licence. So it's nonsense. Ignore that. The only way they could ever know what you're doing is you telling them. Now, these people are experts. They know if they just keep you talking, they'll get you to admit something that you've been doing wrong, whether you've been doing it or not. They're good at this sort of thing. It's what they do. They earn commission. They're incentivized to do it. Or they'll try and get into your house and then they'll put the telly on BBC. I've even heard of them plugging people's aerials back in to put it on BBC. So don't ever let them into your property. Do not talk to them. If you don't talk to them, how can they get any evidence at all? Now, they talk about we're going to do our investigations into your property and all of this. Look who this letter is addressed to. Have a look. The current occupier. They don't know anything. They don't know what you're doing in your home. They don't even know who this person is. And yet this is the 6th letter they've sent him in a few months. What investigation is this then? It's useless. So if you genuinely don't need a TV licence, please don't be scared by this letter. How it's legal to write things like this, I've got no idea. I'm not an expert. How it's okay to send people to your house demanding money with menaces, I've got no idea. How they can send at least 5 reminders to this address in the last couple of months, I've got no idea how they're allowed to get away with that. But what I do know is that you don't have to have a television licence if you own a television. And without a television licence, you can watch probably 90% of the stuff you'd watch anyway. You just can't watch anything that's being broadcast or use iPlayer. So ignore the letters, ignore the people knocking on your door, tell them to go away, but be polite. And enjoy your 159 quid a year you're saving. So please do me a favour and share this video around on your Facebook, your Twitter or whatever it is that you use to help other people who may have got one of these letters understand that it's nothing to worry about. I also have a playlist on my channel. Hit my name down there somewhere, you'll find it. And there's a playlist for all the letters. I've covered every letter I've been sent and I break it all down, let people know how not scary it is. So that's also a good one to share as well. If you get any letters or anything, you'll find out how to contact me, send it through to me down below, all in the junk I put down there. So you do that and I will see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.